Well, the time is 2:34 on November the 11th, 2025. Just about an hour after my making the video that I just uploaded to YouTube, the most recent one. And as I predicted, Tyler has been back on me, assaulting me in my private domain for at least half an hour now. I've managed to ignore him for the last 30 minutes, but he is staying on me, and it is with the intent to assault my mind and to access my body, and of course to offend and disrupt my mind and my spirit. So this is what I deal with continually. He is on me very frequently. I don't know when he writes his shitty ass movies and series. He does them while at the same time violating me, clearly, because he spends hours upon me, and I want you all to know that. So if you love his work very much, and some of you do, it's because my frequency emits from his living existence, which obviously is being transferred to his work that you all enjoy so much. So please know, if you are a fan of his, you are actually a receiver of me. And that's just honest. And you can be with that intellectually and spiritually, because it is an exacthood, meaning it is what is occurring. So anything that he has produced since 2021, and most recently over the last 3 years, Tyler has spent hours upon hours violating me as a daily ritual. So just as he gets up and goes to the bathroom and takes a shower, he incorporates assaulting me in my private domain while simultaneously doing whatever it is he does to create his works. I do not watch his works at all. I don't need to. His literal, actual, physical body is connected to mine, and I guess he's working at the same time. I don't engage mentally in what he's doing. Occasionally some things will slip through, but I do not actively engage with him any longer. So, for whatever it is worth in terms of how connected you yourself would like to be with the reality that Tyler uses himself as a weapon, his human body as a weapon to infiltrate, invade, assault, infringe, touch, access, interrupt my living existence, using technology as his weapon, again, to access my individual body, mind, spirit, private domain, autonomous body, and my mind. I do a lot of work with countering his terrorism and the others that he has invited to assault me as part of this joint task force of individuals who are participating in this particular Antichrist warfare against my body because of my relationship with the Most High God. I am being targeted for this type of intrusion and assault. Dr. James Giordano talks about the targetability. No, I'm sorry, that's not correct. Targetable value. I apologize. Targetable value. My targetable value is because of my spiritual gifts. And that is being clairvoyant and claircognizant and other clairs that I possess, which is just my essence. It's not even a gift per se. It is just my being. It is what I emit. It is what my receptor. Okay, that wasn't correct. I'm sorry. It is my reception with the universe, my very being itself as a vessel, as a receiver, as an emitter is what makes me targetable and valuable. Valuable for them to steal from a spiritual perspective, valuable for them to go to war against, to try to destroy me, attack me, oppress me, suppress me, deny me equality, deny me my freedom, deny me my autonomy. It is warfare psychologically, spiritually, technologically. You can hear it in the air, the fact that I am a stolen one, a stolen, chosen one who they have gone to war against. At one while, I thought that Tyler and Oprah's purpose for being in my life was to, without permission, somehow make a product out of my, or off of my existence, from my existence, but that is not the case. They would not in a million years, because they are unable to have and create anything with true value as it relates to my humanity, because their purpose is not to illuminate my being and my existence and therefore glorifying God. Their purpose is to try to destroy me and oppress me and use their positions as a in defiance of what actually is. And that's their goal. So from the beginning, I knew that they were assaulting me. And, I have plenty documentation saying that I know that they were responsible. Even a video that I sent to my dad telling him that I knew that Oprah and Tyler and Dennis King were responsible for this invasion and attack upon my life. But I thought that because there were drones and airplanes and cameras and individuals that were jumping into frame with me, giving me unnecessary attention, following me, abusing me. What does my friend call it? Not call him my friend, but my fellow member of the targeted individual community, he calls it street theatrics. So I thought because of all of the street theatrics, including the city itself in Frisco, suddenly becoming extra beautiful, more picturesque. Again, all these factors, because it was Tyler Perry Studios and whatever the fuck Oprah's, thing is called, I do not like her, so I can barely even refer to her. But I will speak more about her involvement in this, and including things that she specifically has spoken to me as, violating my spiritual gifts, exploiting my spiritual gifts, enslaving me. Things like, this is your slave quarters, Aisha. This is sex trafficking too, Aisha. Things that she said specifically to me, but I just am really, truly unable until I get a therapist or I'm speaking directly to law enforcement or intelligence, because I almost just said fuck law enforcement. I'm so disappointed in local law enforcement and their denial of intelligence. So when I actually speak to an intelligence agency, I will be very, very specific about the things that they said to me, and be more than happy to relay that information, and including the atmosphere that they created to exploit and violate my spiritual gifts. It was actually very eerie and scary and very sad, and of course enslavement of all forms is not only a crime, it is a violation of universal law and natural law to be owned, to be violated in the capacity in which they try to reach into me to take something that doesn't belong to them spiritually. So this is definitely a spiritual attack. And I mean, I've said a lot, and I really hate that I mispronounced those words, but again, this is cognitive warfare. It is trauma-based. I can refer you to the book. It's actually a book. It's very long. It's 573 pages, and it is called The Illuminati's Formula to Create an Undetectable Mind Control Slave. So there are many elements to what Tyler and Oprah and Dennis did in the very beginning. Of course, Dennis King was, the initiator in terms of my handler, who gave Tyler, and we can just specifically speak of Tyler, access to my physical body for him to sexually violate me, to groom me in the flesh, in person. I can speak very specific about the sexual encounter, which was a sexual assault, because it was via coercion, impersonation, and a deliberate violation of my body with the intent to abuse, assault, and exploit my life and my physical person. Obviously, because that's what he, had access to. And it was under chemical sedation. It was, via me taking it was all centered around, and Tyler did this more than once, to be honest with you. But again, if anyone has any interest whatsoever, I will open up to you like a book and spill it all, because this is actually for intelligence to begin with. The intelligence agencies, I want them to know the degree of everything that transpired for them to attempt to access me and really truly take over. And this is what they've done. They've taken over spiritually over the entire nation, because they involved the president, the former president of the United States, the vice president of the United States, and then the demon that Tyler passed on to them remained in the White House. And now it has, and I'm using the true words, it has possessed Donald Trump, in that he accesses me multiple times a day, as well as what Joe Biden and Kamala Harris was practicing. So their practice to assault me via this Antichrist agenda, this Antichrist practice to touch me, to access me, to steal me, to violate me, to abuse me, this obsession that they have with my being because of my spiritual origin it has become, as I said, a ritualistic practice. So, I mean, a lot of people knew, they knew maybe even before I had the realization, because I have always kind of operated that people are more so, so the government is, I'm not even going to make a blanket statement about the government, but what I said is what I said, and it's true. I'll just say that. So many people did have an understanding that these people have impure spirits, and that they are in their own unique ways violators of the people, and they understand that they have an agenda to do harm on whatever level that they can do that's undetectable, and that they can still maintain their power and their positions. So, they're no different. And there's no red or blue or Democrat versus Republican. They all have participated in this attack on me, because again, they're all spiritually aligned under one great influencer. And they know that their position, no matter what side of the aisle that they pimp themselves out to for all of you, their true alliance is with the wicked one. So thanks for listening, and I'm glad I could open up about what was happening just at this very particular moment that I wanted to share. So I love you all, and I'll be back, I guess, at some point.